Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me again as I create another layout for Bramble Fox. Today I'm using the Together perspective, and I thought that title was perfect for this layout of my grandchildren. This is Tatum and her new little brother. This is day one, and her mama let her feed him and she was so very excited. She's little mama to him, and I know that these two together is how they're going to be for years and years to come. So I pulled out some, I went to my stash and I really wanted to play, the perspective is navy blue, and I really wanted to play that up some. And I thought that that is a great deep dark base color for a light whimsical layout that I'm creating here. So I just pulled out a couple of pieces of pattern paper that I found that had clouds on them. One I decided to leave whole and use it for the background. And the other one, I didn't show you guys. I did it off camera, but I fussy cut these other clouds out of. And I didn't know how I was ever going to use these. So I'm so glad that I did finally find a use for these pattern papers. And I'm using some really old foam stickers or foam, I guess, adhesive to glue a couple of these to the page, and the adhesive on them no longer works. So I'm having to use glue and my tape runner to get them to stick actually, but the foam still works just fine and it adds the dimension that I was looking for, and I want to try to get that stuff used up out of my stash also. Okay, so I basically have the layout the way that I want it. And I'm getting ready to put my title down. You got to be sure to peel the little backing pieces off, and sometimes they're on the front of them also. But it's a protective cover for these acrylic pieces so they don't get scratched up in the cutting process or in the shipping process. And you got to remember to take those off because it's not going to glue to the page as well as we would like for it to. So I've got my title added, and I pulled these two little owl pieces. Now the owl pieces and the rainbow piece, they're called craft cuts, but I cannot remember the manufacturer. I want to say maybe it's little little yellow bicycle. I'm not real sure. Honestly, I don't think that's right, actually. So I can't remember, but I do know that the pieces are called craft cuts. They're no longer being manufactured anymore. And I think it's a shame because they're so precious. But this piece looks like a big sister and a little brother. So it was perfect for this page. And these little pieces that I'm adding now are older pieces from Pink Fresh Studio. They say happy place, hello new day, my kind of people, in full bloom, and where my heart belongs. And I thought that the colors and the sentiments were perfect for this layout. Now I'm pulling out my Bramble Fox stars, little mixture of stars here. I have so many of them and I love them. They're the perfect scattering pieces for all of your layouts. And a moment ago, before I started scattering the stars, you saw me staple the bottom left-hand corner of the cloud paper up. And when I was cutting, I did that because when I was cutting the edges off of the paper, I guess my blade is dull and it wrinkled the page, and I was so upset, but I decided to run with it. I didn't panic. I didn't decide to scrap the whole thing, which was my initial, like, that was my gut instinct. But I thought, no, 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 I can work with this. So I just added a couple of staples to the page, left it wrinkled up, and voila. Now it becomes part of the design. So I'm just going to scuff up the edges and I'm done. Thank you guys so much for joining me for another Bramble Fox process video. Don't forget to check them out online and check out all of the fun things from the amazingly talented design team on Facebook and Instagram. Have a wonderful crafty day. Bye-bye.